Up for victory. So the key is that you got to set yourself up for it. I heard a story of people hitting the lottery for a large sum of money, and they're broke a year or so later because they never had a plan or how to amass it. Even $1 million got a budget, got a bottom to it. Can I say something else crazy? Love got a bottom to it. if you don't pick it, my mama go do it nature here. If you don't make an investment in the life of the person you love and keep asking stuff from them, pretty soon you're going to draw down to bankruptcy. You'll say, thank you, I love you, you look nice today, the meal was fine, glad to have you, whatever. You make an investment in an account because you're going to need some help. And they're more quicker to help when you've made an investment. So then, you got to set yourself up for victory. You may not be able to tithe at the present time due to decisions made in the past, child support, judgments, large mortgage, bankruptcy. Sometimes you have things levied against you, and that's not your fault. One guy, a piece I studied some years ago, he said, I'd rather buy a car and give it to my mom than to co-sign for. Because co-signing destroys relationships. That's legally your debt until it's paid off. So if my car breaks down and I bought my son a new car and he ain't paying his car, no, I can't get me a car. Or if it's a house note, whatever it is. So he said, I'd rather buy a car and give it to my mom rather than co-sign. Co-sign can change the nature of things. And they think you're supposed to understand because I don't have the money to pay it. But you said you're going to pay it. So now, do not enter into arrangements that will limit your financial flexibility. Make any sense? Amen. Signing something, it's not being hard, it's not being mean. You got to be considerate. Anything can happen. Here's what you do right here. Keep up, there are things like now called Cash App and Zelle. You're familiar with that, right? You keep that set to the side for an emergency. For your kids, whatever it is, without going to your regular bank account or borrow money, you can help them. They went off there for a reason, for a moment. So you want to ruin your financial flexibility. Make any sense? Amen. Okay, where are we at right here now? Let's see. Let me go back to where I was again. Oh, it's back there again? Okay. We'll go back here again. That's if I go back. Let's see. Can I go back? Okay. This is not just some information. This is life mixed with scriptures. I've shown people this particular process. Some people had court judgments, things of that sort. I said, you got to make a commitment. Well, I don't have it. I gave $1 now. No, start with $1. I'm not asking nothing from yours. I'm telling you how to handle it. You make a statement to God. If you can't tithe, okay, I ain't going to preach on that. I'm telling you how to get over that. Make a commitment, $1, $5, $10, and be consistent and watch God bless you. Someone came back to me in 2 weeks' time and said, I don't believe it. It worked, just like you said. God watches what you do with what belongs to you. An itemized summary of estimated or intended expenditures for a given period, along with proposals for financing them. That's what a budget is. Let me ask a simple question now. Now, I've gotten so I can do my budget right from here. I know what I have and I don't have. I have a thing called, anybody here, Brother Owens, you familiar with Rocket Money? Rocket Money is a program you can download to your phone, your computer. You put your expenditures in there, and they'll tell you you got a reoccurring bill that you ain't using. Do you want to cancel this? Some of you have stuff you have set up that you don't even use. It could be a phone bill, it could be Verizon, it could be a cable. Something on the news today. Netflix did it, now Hulu's doing it. You can't share passwords. And they can track and say, I see he used the same password as Lundy. You don't say his address. He's over on Onondaga and you're on Pineview. Says, would you please correct that matter or we're going to shut you down. And they made close to $9 to $8 million from people repenting. They correct it. So sometimes you got to take a look at what you got. Look at your bills, what you have, what you're paying. So here again, that's all about. You got to write it down somewhere. Start somewhere in here. I think we got Brother Owens on we did last year. I have a piece I can share with you later on how to make a budget out. A systematic plan for the expenditure of a usually fixed resource, such as money or time during a given period. Somebody say, "Well, I'm on a fixed income." Guess what? We all on a fixed income. And Uncle Sam has given us retirees through Social Security. Anybody notice a raise lately? Yes, sir. Isn't God faithful? Amen. But young folks got to realize that they're going to come for them. You can't go out and get an extra job. You can't put in overtime. You've got to live off of what you make. Okay, then. So that's what a budget is. So we're going to talk about a budget for stuff. What is a budget? A budget can be your time, your prayer time, your reading time, your social time. My wife and I was talking recently, and I was sharing when I was younger, I don't know how I could do it. Like, I could see my life. I saw my life way ahead, but yet I saw it. I'm working like crazy, making money and doing stuff. One of my neighbors said, "Why you work so much?" I said, "When I get retired, I'm going to Acapulco and Rio de Janeiro, Paris, France, all that. And you're on the front porch and you're in a rocking chair waiting for your Social Security check to come. You asked me then." Now here I'm at that age now, and the doctor told me I can't travel because the conditions in my body. So we can make plans, but it's God that gives approval to those plans. And so she said, "Honey, in the early days you was working so hard and gone so much." She said she was frustrated with me. But because she's a praying woman, she prayed for me. I wasn't cussing and drinking, whatever it is, but I knew what I wanted, but I was doing it for her and for my children. So I'm sharing this with you all, men and women. It's good to make your loved ones know why you're doing what you're doing and give them some kind of time. I spoke to one of the brothers' wives. I said, "You understand, Pastor, I see him working hard. I know why he's doing it, and I'm trying to help him." That's a blessing when your mate trying to help you build a family. But most of us past the age of building, we're at the place now we got to put a stamp on it and secure it. And so then again, look here now, to my advanced maturity, the budget of the tithe. Take a look at it right. Here's what happened. This was done pre-pandemic. What happened was most of these numbers were, was it predictable or standard? It was a standard thing that you should be able to afford a house 3 times more than what you make. A standard. It's changed slightly now because I bought my first house in 1977, $29,000 for 8.5% interest. That didn't sound bad. You know why? Because the price of housing wasn't bad. That same house now probably costs $200,000. Put 8.5% on $200,000, it's going to be more than $300-something a month. I moved out of property off of Washtenaw, Gulf side out there. It was for $300 and something a month. And my house, 2.5-car garage, fully remodeled basement, backyard with rose bushes, lilacs, all kind of stuff in it for a little bit less than that apartment rent. So it became an investment. That's the road to wealth. Is when your house gains value, it's called equity. Either you pay it off or the value or what you owe goes down, and on your credit, your credit score goes up. When the worst thing in your credit score is a late payment. So in my house, what I did, I just quit paying the house note. I started paying more because I could afford it. But a lot of young folks go ahead and call house poor. They finance to the top of their ability, and some did worse than that. They got a 5-year balloon clause. When you take your business and live your life, 5 years though is a very short period of time. All right, can I get a witness, somebody? So I'm trying to enlarge this picture right here that y'all see a little better. Where I'm at right there is right there. There it is right there. Can you see it better there? I go back over here. Let's see. There you go right there. Here, right here. So you see purple, your housing expenses or outgo money should be somewhere around 25% of your income. It should be 95%. Things going to happen. The hot water tank going to bust, the stove going to go bad, the furnace go bad. So everything in your house has a life. What? Even you. And what you call, then you start prorating. And the older I get, there's something you got to accept it. I would like to think I'm going to be 100, but I don't. That's a weird feeling, isn't it? To look at the end of your life. But with your children, if you plan properly, that's Bishop Dawson went very stringently last week. He planned for his children's children. So here now, your house note or your apartment rent or your child's. And I deal with my children, some of the other kids, I try to give them this piece right here for their lives. Some kids have a clue. They want to live like us, but we came along. In Ypsilanti, most families came through the projects. They knew each other. They came up with home remedies to kill roaches. Now you can laugh about it, but how many of y'all here know the home remedy for killing roaches? Yes, sir. Tell me what it is. So back then they couldn't afford an exterminator. They couldn't even afford a can of Raid. They made it up. I know what it is. Yes, sir.
One of the things they use, I use vinegar, things like that. At least I used to.
That's not it. That's the one I had in mind. And powdered sugar. Boric acid and powdered sugar. You mix them together and put them where they at, and you can have every apartment down this road can have roaches except for yours. They'll keep trying to come back, but when they eat that boric acid and powdered sugar, it's going to kill them. Poor folks are very innovative. They shared. Now let's get back to our budget now. Our food is normally 11%. Now, what happens when you're poor, how many of y'all here, either you or your parents, could hear the refrigerator opening? Close that refrigerator. Get out of it. Leave that food alone. You were quarantined, what it was, limits as how often you go in the refrigerator. Nowadays, kids on the refrigerator stand and look. Now, when am I going to eat today? Let's see. But it wasn't much to be had because you had too many people to feed. Okay? So your food should be about 11%. See it there? Then your insurance. Y'all ever watch Judge Judy? How many people have an accident and have no insurance? She has no mercy on anybody driving without insurance. I don't care if it's your fault or not. It's your fault. You should have some insurance. University of Michigan, one of the greatest plans around, they'll put $2 for every $1 you put in your retirement. But as you turn 35 or so, you couldn't opt out. You had to get in it. I said, evidence, I never anybody that said they wish they would not have started so soon. They all say they wish they would have started sooner. Because what? We were trying to build a life. The life we were trying to build was a right now life, not the later on life. And so insurance is part of a debt. That's things you owe, like, look down, you got dad. Can you see up there? Can you see up there? Pardon? Yeah, I'm trying to get it bigger so y'all can see it. But I couldn't see this. I couldn't see this part right here. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on a regular screen. Okay, let's see it. So I can get y'all back to what I was before. But y'all can't see the small numbers on the side. Can't see the small numbers on the side. What I'm going to try and do, I'm trying to give you all the sheet right here, okay? These are guidelines. And it's strange to say, in a real household, I guess in a real house, in a household where you expect your kids to grow up and be something, you got to give them the information. One of my kids like listen to their friends more than listen to me. You have to make those mistakes. Your parents know either by wisdom or by mistake which is the best way to go, right or wrong. My son, when I had a car, his buddy said, that's the oil. So no, Evan, that's the windshield wiper container. You put the fluid in, not the oil. So that's expensive life. I said, you'll never get to where I am paying everybody to get things done because it costs too much money. You got to learn how to, even ladies, some women, I know one guy, a friend of mine, his daughter, he taught her how to plumb, do carpenter work, all kind of stuff. She married a guy, wouldn't even change a tire, nothing else. I'm not encouraging this, but she said, I want a divorce because he wasn't doing nothing. You want somebody to help you, right or wrong. Now, they said Richard Nixon was mechanically disinclined. He'd break it trying to fix it. These are the numbers right here, are standard numbers that you put those pieces together to your life. Even in your old age, I've seen people in Ann Arbor who retired and started another business, watch this, and became a millionaire again because they knew the principles. This works at any age. A lot of it comes through relationships, friendships, people that advice, tell you where to go, where to buy, what bank to go to, who pays the highest interest rate. Now, even though Brother Owens handles stuff for the church, I listen to him. He says, I checked so-and-so, they get the highest rate right now, and so forth and so on. Another guy, we're an investment guy, comes around and give advice. And I say, you need to talk to him. He can help you. So we doesn't here by ourselves. If they have enough money and they're really serious, I can tell you who to go see. I can go see you can make $1 million, but you won't go in debt. Wait now, let's see next. We have an example budget. Advance number 2, the budget of tithe. Why budget? Money management. What are the revenues, incomes, investments? What are my expenses? Let's pause for a moment here. What is a revenue? Raise your hand. What is a revenue? Go ahead back there. So you okay? Huh?
Any expense, any revenue or cash flow, capital that comes into your income. It could be income or
Yeah, watch this right here.
cash flow.
Cash App, the government, am I right, Brother Owens, is now taxing people on money they're sending you through their Cash App. So a lot of people are moving away from that over to Zelle. Zelle is tied to PNC Bank. The laws are changed. I said the government right now is sniffing out money. They're coming at people, see where money come from. If somebody could have sent some money they owed you. Am I right, bro? And they're going to tax you on that. That's reality. That's what that's the benefit of living in a democracy. But we're free to most people over in India a few years ago, things started changing there. Then Pizza Hut started moving in town, Domino's moving in town. You know why? Because before they had no extra money. Now they can afford to go out to dinner at night. And some most go to dinner like it's like breathing air and oxygen. We don't feel like cooking. But when I come along, when I got a hamburger, my mom was in a real good mood. A bottle of pop, that was unheard of. But we really appreciate, oh, Lord, she in a good mood today. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I knew the restaurants where when I got grown, I wouldn't visit them folks. But nowadays, our kids tell us where they want to go, right or wrong. I don't want McDonald's. I want to go to Wendy's. I want McNuggets. I want KFC. We wasn't allowed. We just went with the. I went to on week. My mama asked me beans. I said, man, she must sure love these beans. So when I get grown, I'm gonna fix me some hamburgers. When I got grown, I figured out she was trying to stretch the money that week. It's an act of love, wasn't it? So then, another question. What are my expenses? Can y'all see it up there? What is expense? Well, what's right? Your money be going places you didn't plan for it to go. Now these scam artists are so slick, they're billing you and you ain't even signed to take the bill. But a revenue is basically that your light bill, your gas bill, your taxes, your car note, car repairs, that's revenues. So you got to get control of it and look at all that stuff. Do my revenues cover my expenses? Does your income cover your expenses? It's on a national average, what is it the average, about what, 10, 20%? Most people, bills are higher than their income. Have y'all checked it lately? Everything I think called rocket money, I almost never look at it, but they're pretty slick. Rocket money is slick because they don't let you use a password. You got to sign in, then they'll send you a code to go into your account and see what's going on. It says, last week in Bible class, I made an offering. It says you have an exceptionally high expense just went out. Well, instead of going to rocket money, I go to my bank account, and it was the money I made for offering for the church. They keep track of everything. You spend it. But the key is now, one thing I don't do, honestly, I don't put everything in there. But in order to be in control, you got to watch every bit of it. Some of you right now, you may be wealthier than you realize. Let's go and take another one here. I want to complete a specific short-term objective, dream vacation, home improvements. Let's go at this first one. Paying off a home. Anybody ever set that goal before? When the Bible says that concerning Israel, the land, God is glorified when we own. When I became pastor here, I wanted to make a statement. We're not just here to collect the transition to be better off in their lives. When you check us out, we don't just take, we give. We own a number of properties around here. In fact, once I called my wife, they ain't making no more dirt. If you got it, keep it. It's going to go up in value. Deuteronomy 1:8, please read.
The Lord swear unto your father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them
For them and their children. Now, I spoke to the day was in service to Sister Your property. Here's what happened. One of the saints here got a house through the GI Bill. Might pay $10,000, $15,000 for it. Might be worth over $100,000 now. But a lot of cases, they wouldn't give that money to people like you. He's also renting the house. And the wealth is going to an inheritance for his children. And most of that money, that's one way of doing it. Another way is doing it through, I mentioned earlier about through insurance. Me, the denial of everyday life, some extra things I would do not to. So I want to reach specific long-term objective, saving for a home. During the pandemic, Amazon made a killing. Was anything from Amazon? Then Kroger caught a hold of it. You can order from Kroger's. I think to some degree, maybe depends on how you handle it, you can end up spending less. You have what's called controlled spending. I went to the mall a couple of weeks ago. I went to basically get some Skin 2020. I was so inspired. I felt so good. My soul began to cry and bless God. Fine. I bought this thing right here. I felt so good. When I got it, guess what? It didn't work. Through the mall. So it's a reasonable question to ask. Where is it you're tempted to be most? Now, it doesn't mean where. Watch this. What makes you want to spend? Is that a fair question? Yes, ma'am.
I have staying at home and cooking, going out to the restaurant. If you're not careful, you can spend a lot out there because you're not going to McDonald's.
Y'all saw another hand somewhere here? Your hand up too? Somebody learn Sister Bosick. Help me, y'all. Y'all can be my, go in and boil some beans half a day and then throw a ham out there the other half. Go get me a ready. Now, personally, I don't like soul food too much anymore. You know why? My system can't tend. You can be choicey.